This is for the tireless, the industrious, the brave, the oft underestimated, the anomalous, the enduring, the Matoran. This is Project Inquilina. Gathered friends, people from all over the world. Regardless of who we are, we come together to celebrate the epic that is Bionicle. This year is the 20th anniversary of Bionicle. Even 10 years after the main line got cancelled, we are still here. Isn't that something? I couldn't let this year slip by without contributing something. So over the past few months, I put my skills to the test and created this gift to the Bionicle community. Project Inquilina, for the denizens of the Great Spirit Universe. But what is I have no idea why I'm holding a cup of hot leaf extract. I can't even consume it. Anyway, where were we? Oh right. What is Project Inquilina? In a word, it's parts. Lots of parts. Leg parts, arm parts, Kanohi, weapons, tools, everything anyone would need to create their very own denizen. The long answer is, it's like a sprite sheet, but in 3D. A toolkit to create your own Matoran. This right here is a base mesh. It is fully rigged and animatable. To complete it, all one needs to do is parent the arm parts, leg parts, chest part, and Kanohi to the appropriate bone hooks. This does require some knowledge of the software Blender 3D. But the point is, I've provided most of the grunt work already. All this requires is assembly, and you can go to town. I'll tell you in a minute or so how you can do that. Once you've done that, what you use it for is entirely up to you. Want to use it for comics? As video game characters? Try your hand at animation? Just want to create cool looking characters and pose them? The limits are your imagination. The only thing I'll say you're not allowed to do with these models is sell them. The reasons should be obvious. You may have noticed the unique style I've chosen for this project. It is very close to how I always draw or imagine how a realistic Matoran is supposed to be. I know Miramax took a shot at it in the early 2000s, we all know them as the Bionicle trilogy. But, well, they went in the right direction, and they tried pretty hard, I'll give them that. But I can agree very little on the characterizations and the depictions of the Bionicle movies. So, as an artist, I used a combination of the set designs, the concept art of the Bionicle movies, and my own sensibilities to create a design over the decades that I felt looked better. And hey, at least with my design, a Matoran gets to wiggle their cute little toes. Why would you remove those, Miramax? Why? I will not claim that my models are up to a professional standard. I'm pretty sure anyone from the industry will look at my topology and cringe. But I try my best to make sure there aren't any egregious clipping issues, unlike some professional work, and that the rig is somewhat easy to use. Though don't expect a Pixar quality face rig. It's functional. With all that out of the way, let's move on to the tutorial section of the video. This is normally where I would put the tutorial section of the video in, but since the tutorial is quite long, over an hour I believe, I've decided to put it in a separate video. I'll link it down below in the description somewhere, where you can easily find it. So instead I'll be giving some closing comments, just unscripted and off the top of my head. Yeah, thank you, Bionicle community, for still being around for 20 years and 10 years long since after it's been cancelled already. Bionicle has been one of the 4 major inspirations for my art and my story ideas and similar things. Others being Lord of the Rings, Star Trek and Star Wars. They've each contributed greatly to the ideas I've come up with and the types of things I've practiced drawing over the years. And Bionicle especially, besides creating this unique and amazing world that's very immersive, despite having some weird oddities scattered around, also helped me very early on with understanding such things as color theory. A pack like this, where someone can create characters as easily as possible in 3 dimensions, something I wanted to do ever since on the BZ Power forums I discovered people were making comics and such with sprite kits. Now that has died down somewhat, and it was many years ago when I made my first attempt at creating a 3D pack like this. But, well, finally it's here, and I hope it's not too late, and I hope that people can indeed find some use for this. Not all the masks have been modeled, and not every tool or weapon or item has been modeled, and I do intend to do that eventually, but it also largely depends on the demand or the popularity of this sort of project pack. If this is something people really like and want to play around with, then I'll absolutely create more masks and more tools and items. Otherwise it'll just be a project I'll use personally, and I'll create things as I need them. Anyway, as a final thing, I'll leave you with this nice little music piece that was created by a good friend of mine, a music producer from Australia, which is a basically remastering of the original Fusapath Matoran Chroniclers Company theme.